everyone. So today is a very exciting video for me because today I'm going to share with you every makeup product that I have used up this year. So I kind of had a little goal that I started at the beginning of last year for 2020, and I wanted to challenge myself to use up 20 full makeup products by the end of the year. And so I have been making a really good effort to use up products that I have and just try to like get through some of the products because I know I have so much stuff. I will never be able to use it all in my lifetime, but I want to make an honest effort to use up things that I have. So my goal was to use up 20 products in 2020, and so I'm just going to share with you guys every makeup product that I have completely used up this year. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels really, really good. Side note, I will be doing a part 2 to this video, and that's just going to be my regular, usual empties, but I did want to like make my makeup products separate because it was more of like a year-long goal, so that's why I'm going to be breaking this video up into 2 separate videos. So this part is going to be all about the makeup products I used up, and part 2 will just be more of like one of my regular empties with all the regular stuff you're used to seeing in my empties videos. So I think just to make it easy, I'm gonna go in order of pretty much how I would apply my makeup products. So let's just see the first thing. Okay, this is a primer. So this is from Touch in Sol. It's the No Poreblem primer. So I've completely used this up. I mean, there is a tiny bit left in here, but I'm not scraping this out. I used this up a while ago, so I completely used this up. I really, really like this one. I got it in a BoxyCharm, I think, but I know that you can get it on, I think from Rose Shop. The last I checked, you could get it for like $6, and I think you can get it for like $18 to $20 at Sephora. So yeah, definitely check out some other Korean beauty sites because this is a Korean brand and I have definitely seen it there for less than that. But yeah, so I used up this primer. Number 2, going along, I have more primers and a lot of BoxyCharm products I've used up as well. This is one I got, I believe, a while ago from BoxyCharm. This is the CoverFx Blurring Primer. I really, really liked this. I would love to buy this again, but I feel like this is around like $30 or something, so I cannot, but I enjoyed it while I had it, and I was really glad I got it in my BoxyCharm because I didn't have to pay $30 something dollars for that. But I really did like that. It's definitely one of those like pore smoothing and filling types of primers, but it's just way too expensive for me. So another primer. I was really going through the primers this year. This is the Etude House Fix and Fix primer. This is the Pore one. They have some colored ones. I feel like you can get this for about, I don't know, maybe like $12 from like Rose Shop or Sweet Korea. I haven't checked those websites in quite a while, so I don't even know if they still sell it on there or not, but I know that's where I got it for about that price. This one is very similar to the blurring primer. I would say this one is a little bit slightly thicker, but it definitely did a really good job of blurring my pores as well. So yeah, those are, I think that's all the primers that I used up this year. So that is product number 3. Okay, product number 4. Let's go on to this one. This is the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation. Now this one I really, really liked. I got this one in the color Rosy Pure. I feel like I probably could have gone one color darker maybe. And the smell of this, I remember very fondly. I really like the smell of this, but it is very, very strong, and to me it almost kind of smells like clean laundry with something like tiny bit sweet. But I really like this, and even though I still have a lot of foundations I would go through, this is definitely one I would buy again. They do have a different version of this one as well. I don't think I used that one up, but they do have like a dewy one, or actually I think it's called a serum. I think it's the Double Lasting Serum Foundation. I'm not as big of a fan of that one, but I did really like this one. I would probably just go in a darker color, but it's definitely one of those like full face, like mattifying kind of like really high coverage ones, but I really, really like this one as well. So I'm sure one day I will repurchase this one, but I don't have any plans to right now because I'm really trying to like just use up what I have. So I love this one. In the future I will maybe rebuy it, but I don't have any plans to right now. So that is product number 4. Okay, number 5. This one is another Korean brand. I really, really like this one. This is from Berrisome, and it was called the Cover BB cream. This one is, can't see, I think it's number 21. This one I feel like was just a tiny bit dark for me. Maybe it was just a slightly bit yellow because I remember I used this up at the beginning of the year, but I really, really like this one as well. This one was probably around like, I don't know, $6 to $8 maybe, I don't know. I'm really like pulling numbers out of my ass, but I really like this one as well. I really love Korean BB creams, and I have kind of gone through a lot of the ones in my collection. I've used them up, and now I'm working on other foundations I'm trying to work up, but I really want to get back to Korean BB creams just because I feel like my skin looked really, really good with these. So yeah, I really like this one as well. Okay, number 6, another Korean BB cream. This one is from 3W Clinic. This was a random one that I got, and this one is called Horse Oil BB Cream. I don't really know what that's about, but I remember I liked this one as well just because the color tone of it was so good for me. And it's kind of like funny, like I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks like a little bit like gray toned, which I feel like a lot of Korean BB creams tend to kind of have that more gray toned, which sounds so weird, but I swear nothing has ever matched my skin better than like Korean BB creams, and this one was a really good match. I probably wouldn't rebuy this one. I feel like I got this one like super inexpensive, like maybe like $3 or $4. But yeah, so I like this one, but I don't need to repurchase that one in my life. Okay, number 7. Okay, this one is another one. It's definitely gonna come back into my life at some point. This one is from Missha. It's the Perfect Cover BB cream. It's like a really popular BB cream. I get number 21. Again, it has a slightly grayish tone, and it works so good for my skin tone. Like whenever I use like Western or like foundations, they're so yellow and so orange on me. I'm just like, my skin does not look like that. And so whenever I use something like this, like it kind of shocks me because I'm like, wow, it disappeared into my skin and it looks great. So this is definitely one I will repurchase at some point in my life, hopefully soon. But like I said, I've got a lot of stuff. Like I've got all these foundations back here I need to work through, and it's so sad because like a lot of them don't like match my skin tone, but I don't want to waste them, so I still try to use them and mix them and like make my own color. So I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that, but I really don't want to waste stuff. So yeah, that is another one. So what was that? Was that 7? Was that 7? I'm gonna have to do a count at the end because this is way too much stuff. Okay, next product. This is one of my all-time favorite foundation formulas. However, I wish they would expand the line. I actually just bought a couple backups of this one because I really, really love it. It works better for me in the summertime when I have a tiny bit of color, but even the lightest color, porcelain, is not a porcelain color. Like it's like a beige kind of color. So I love the formula of this one. I just wish they would extend the line and add some more light colors, some more deep colors, because I know it definitely needs that. But I will still always buy this one. I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard to find, so I can never find it in stores anymore, which is very frustrating at like Target or Walmart or whoever sells like e.l.f. Like I can never find this one in their stores, so that's kind of frustrating, but I do really, really like this one, and I do have backups of it. Okay, the next product I used up was a concealer. This one is a Korean brand, and this one is so adorable. I think the brand was like Urban Doll Kiss or something of that nature, and this one is called the Cover Master. This one I think is the peachy colored one. I had 2 of them. This one's number 4. Bright pink. Bright pink. That's how I read Korean. Bright pink. But it's bright pink. So this one is like more that apricot kind of color. I had 2 of these. I had the pinkier one and like the more skin tone kind of color one. I liked both of them, but I love the pinkier one for under my eyes because it really did brighten up. The only thing is, as cute as the packaging is, there's definitely a lot of concealer in here that is still in there that I just cannot get out, and at this point it's kind of old and I don't want to like really like force it because the brush of this is so short. Like it's teeny tiny, but like I loved this stuff. It was so good, and yeah, I can definitely tell the texture of it has kind of changed because I used this one up pretty early in the year as well. But another one, if they ever change the packaging, like I said, it's so cute, but if they changed it to something a little bit more functional, I would love it. Okay, so now moving on to, let's see, we'll do powders next. So I have a couple powders I've used up. This one was my all-time favorite powder before I found a new one. But even now, I've kind of like stopped using powder as much recently, but I'm sure I'll come back to it because everything I do is like in cycles. But this is the e.l.f., what do they call this? High definition setting powder. This one is in the soft luminance color. That's my absolute favorite one because it's a little bit, tiny bit shimmery, but not like super shimmery. But I have used countless of these. I have probably in my lifetime used up maybe 10 of these, and I really love them. So definitely one I would totally repurchase, especially since it's only $6. But there is one I really love that I discovered from BoxyCharm from Ciate London. That one's like the Vacay Everyday. I love that one as well. But like I said, I haven't been using powder lately just because, I don't know, I feel like sometimes like it's like a trade-off. Like setting my concealer and make it not crease, or have it looking dry and cakey at the end of the day. So it's kind of like I gotta like choose between one or the other. So I'm just kind of in the round right now that I'm not using powder. But I love this one and I would totally repurchase it sometime in my life. Now this is one I got from one of the Makeup Revolution, I think it was like the little vending machine set that they came out with last year, and I did not like this one at all. Like I really powered through using this one. This is the I Heart Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. Did not like it. It was just too like chalky and very, very white. So not one that I liked, but like I said, I really powered through to use that one up. So I would not repurchase that one. Okay, these I put them in with my thing, but I'm not really counting these as products I've used up, but I thought I would include them anyway. And they are my nasty ass sponges. I don't know why. I feel like I used to be able to use the same sponge for like 6 months and it never got smelly, it never got moldy, it never got gross, and I could use those things forever. Now I feel like I used one for like 2 months and it's disgusting looking and I have to throw them out. So I used up like 3, probably more, but I have like 3 of them here, and yeah, so I definitely used up some of those. I'm not counting these as makeup products that I've used up though, because I don't know, they're more like tools and not makeup products, but I thought I'd include them but not count them. Okay, so now I used up a lot of bronzer slash contour kind of products, and I don't really have a favorite. So I liked all of these, and I don't know, maybe I'd repurchase some of them, but I'm not like dead set on repurchasing any of these because I feel like there's always a new contour product to try, and in the end I feel like after a while they're kind of all the same. But I did like a lot of these. So the first one I have, this one is from Missha, and it's the Cotton Contour, and this one is in the color Hot Chocolate, I think. Salty de hot choco. Salted hot chocolate. That's how I read Korean. Oh my god. Like, I don't know, just like sounding out the syllables, that's like how I read it. Salted hot choco. Choco is what it was called. I really, really, really like this one. The only thing is I feel like I went through it really quick, but I liked it was more of a cool tone kind of contour, so it was perfect. It wasn't orangey at all. The only thing is it's teeny tiny, which is like good for like traveling, but sometimes I would kind of drop this a lot because like it's so little and I would drop it, but I really liked this one, and I feel like it was like $2 or $3, so I would totally buy this one again in the future, but I'm not like dying to buy a new one because like I said, I have a whole bunch of contour, bronzer kind of powders I'm trying to use up, and I'm not really connected or like attached to any of them. So I did like that one and I would repurchase it, but I'm not like dying to. Okay, this next one was another really good one. This one is from NYX, and I feel like NYX has kind of like fallen off the face of the planet, but this is one of their HD blushes, and it's in the color Taupe. So again, it's a very good like cool tone, like really cool tone, like borderline gray kind of cool tone brown, but I really like this one as well, and I use that one up. I would totally repurchase this one. And then this one is a Korean brand. This is from SkinFood. It's called the Sugar Mix Shading. This one was not my favorite. It was one of those like half and half pans, like one lighter side, one darker side, which typically I like, but this one just really was a lot harder pressed product, so I felt like it did not come off or show up as easily. So I would not buy this one again, but it was like, it was nice, but I wouldn't repurchase that one. It wasn't my favorite. Whew, we're making it through. We're probably about the halfway point of all the makeup products that I've used up. Okay, so next I have blushes. So this is one that I really liked, and it was literally $1, and it lasts forever, and it is so pigmented. I gotta see. Okay, Kleancolor is the brand. So this is what it looks like. I believe I got this from Shop Miss A, and it was called like the, what was it called? Is it on here? It was called like the Miss Chick or Miss Chic, I think, blushes. Cheap as shit packaging, because like I broke it like really, really early on. I actually am using a broken blush now too, but just kind of happens. But this one was in the color Apricot, I think. Is that right? Apricot? Yes, Apricot. I love this one, but they are super pigmented, so you'd have to like just dip into it and apply it, and it would last forever. But I really love this one, and to have a $1 blush be that good and last forever was amazing. I just wish that the packaging wasn't as cheap and like tacky looking. Like it's really kind of like, I don't know, it looks really kind of cheap and stuff. But anyway, I used that one up. I would totally repurchase these in the future, but like I said, I have 1,000,001 blushes, so I don't need to repurchase anything. And yeah, but it was a good one. It was a really, really good one. As far as like $1 makeup goes, that was really, really good. So next was one, I think this was like a little birthday Sephora like gift. And this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the color Party. So this one I really loved. This was like the perfect color for me. It was pretty much like that kind of color. These are like what I typically go for blushes. I would never buy the full size of these just because they are really expensive. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're probably around $20 to $30 or like $25 to $30 for like a blush or something. And I don't know, for me, blush is not that serious. It's not $25 serious. So as much as I loved it, yeah, I wouldn't purchase a full size of that, but if I ever got one like in a BoxyCharm, I would be stoked, but I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase that because there are so many good blushes that are inexpensive that do the same thing. Like I said, my other favorite was a $1 blush, so you kind of just just have to decide whether blush is something you want to spend a shit ton of money for, and I'm not that girl. And then I have one highlighter. I'm actually almost finishing one more, but it's not done yet, so it's probably got like a month left, so I'm not putting it in this one. It'll just have to wait till next year. But this one is a really cute one. This one was from it's a K-beauty brand. What brand was this one? Was it TheSaem? I can't remember. It's got to be on here. Okay, I'm completely blanking, but it was on the, it was from the collection that did the Hot Fire Noodle collection. I did a whole video on these, and I loved this highlighter so much. It's a little cute one. This one was so surprising because it seemed like one that would not show up, but then the second I applied it, it was like, ah, like gorgeous highlighter, which was so unexpected, and this one lasted so long too. I actually do have a little bit of it like left in the corners, but I just, it's too much. It's not worth the effort. And again, this one did break as well. Maybe I'm just really rough on my like makeup packaging. I feel like I'm not rough, but yeah, this one did kind of break a little as well, but this one was so cute. And I loved it. Again, I don't need to like repurchase it, and I don't like feel like I need to, but it was a really good one if you want one and you have been wanting that one and you want to know if it's good or not. I actually really liked it. So that one was a very good one. Okay, we're getting through there, guys. Now we're gonna move on to eyebrow products. So some of these that I had, this one I actually really liked. This one I think was from Iconic London, and it's an eyebrow cushion. It was 2 tones, but you kind of can't tell anymore. But this is actually like the little refill thing that you can pop out, which like little hack, I found that there is a Korean brand named Laneige that makes like the lip mask. They also do like this kind of thing, and it fits exactly into that, and you can get the refill for like $12. And I think that the original like Iconic London one was like $40, something ridiculous like that, and I don't even know if you can buy that one anymore. But anyway, if you have that and you like these types of brow cushion products, I used to love these, and I still do, but I've kind of like fallen out of using them in regular like routine and stuff. But this one was in the color medium. I actually really liked it. The only thing is I think it was too dark for me, and even at the time I thought it was too dark, but I still used it anyway. So if you go back and look at my videos this year and I had like super dark eyebrows, I was probably using this, and I probably could have gone for a lighter color, but I did like this one a lot. And I think I got that from a BoxyCharm because I would have never paid $40 for that on my own. And next I have 2 little skinny eyebrow pencils. One was from a BoxyCharm. This is the Hourglass Arch Microbrow Sculpting Pencil. This one is in Warm Blonde. I actually really like that one. It has like the tiniest like little like crayon you could ever imagine, and then it had like the little thing on the end, which I really like. The spoolies, I always feel bad for like throwing these away because like the spoolies are so like nice and handy and stuff, but it's like it's empty now. What am I gonna do with it? So I kind of love when they have it, and I kind of hate when they have it because I know I end up throwing it out. But I love this one, but I would never buy it because it was so expensive. It was probably like $30-something, and the amount of product you get in that is so little, it's ridiculous. Anyone who buys like prestige eyebrow pencils like that, I'm sorry, I'm judging you so hard because you are probably paying like $40 for like this much product. So I'm sorry. This was another Korean one. Similar, very similar actually. Like I would almost call these dupes because like the shape of it's the same. The amount of product you get is pretty much the same. The only thing is like the little spoolie is not as nice. This one is a little bit shorter, and I mean, I guess a spoolie is a spoolie, but the other one is like a little bit nicer. But this one was in the color, is it on here in English, or am I gonna have to like read it in Korean again? Its name is in Korean, and I don't know the translation of that. But this was like another like ash brown kind of color. I really like this one as well. This one was probably like $6 or something. I believe I got it from Rose Shop, and I like this one. But I don't know, I'm kind of like back and forth with eyebrow products, so I'm not going to be buying any eyebrow products because I know I have a lot to get through. Okay, what next? Oh, here's a product I can do. Okay, this was another product I got from Shop Miss A for $1, and I love it, and I would totally repurchase this again. one once I go through my collection of stuff that I have. This was the AOA Studio Oh Honey like lip oil, I think was what it was. Nourishing lip oil, and it was in the strawberry one. I completely like use this one up. They have like a honey one, they have a strawberry one, they probably have like 4 more. But I really like this one, and for $1, you just can't beat that. It felt so good on the lips, so nourishing. I would put it on, I always kept it in front of my my computer, and so at night when I'm like editing or doing whatever, like before I go to bed, I would always put that on, and it feels so nice. So I love that, and for $1, oh my god, you can't beat that. Okay, so now I've got a lip liner. This one was a Steve Laurent one. I got it from BoxyCharm. I can't remember the color, but this was like about the color that it was. Pretty much used it up completely. I think the rest of it fell out, so it's just a hollow pencil now. But yeah, I loved this one. But lip liner again is something like, so I'm not particular like brand wise with it, so I will buy the cheapest thing ever as long as it's not super waxy and like hard. As long as it's like a little bit creamy, I will go for super cheap lip liners, and I have tons, and I keep getting some from BoxyCharm, so I'm pretty stocked up on lip liners. But that was a good one, but I would never repurchase that one just purely on the price. Okay, and I'm so proud of myself because I used up 2 lipsticks this year. 2! Oh my god, I don't think I've ever used up an entire lipstick in my entire life, so I was so excited. So this one was really old, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say, wow, okay, I'm actually really embarrassed to say how old it was. I'm not saying how old it was. I mean, if you know, you know, but I'm not saying. So this was one of the Urban Decay lipsticks. This one is in the color Native. This was like one of my all-time favorite colors. There's actually still a little bit in there, but it's like the prettiest like peachy pink kind of color. Loved it. I had the lip liner. I used the lip liner up a while ago though, but I love this one. I would so repurchase this color, but I know I have a million that look just like it. So if I ever in my lifetime use up all my lipsticks and I need to repurchase one, I'll purchase that one. But it's beautiful. And then this one was a Rimmel London one. I think I got this at Big Lots for like $1.50, and I love this one. This one was, did I say Rimmel London? And it's number 45. I don't think it has a name on here, but this is another like really pretty color. It's like just like a mauvey, kind of like barely pinky nude, and I just love colors like that. And so yeah, I used that one up as well. Let's see, I used up an eye primer. This one was from a random, one of the most random websites ever. I think it was called, I know I did a video or a haul on them. I think it was like Bijor.com or something like that, but it was this Kiss, was it Kiss? Was it Kiss? I think it was from the brand Kiss, but it's an eyeshadow primer, and it was supposed to look like the old Urban Decay one. So that one I finally used up. I'm sure there's like a crop ton in here just because the packaging. We all remember those old like vintage YouTube videos of girls cutting open their eyeshadow primers. So yeah, I remember I did that one time. That was dangerous as shit. So don't do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. But yeah, so I used that one up. I'm sure this was like only a few bucks. I'm not picky with eyeshadow primer much anymore, and again I keep getting a lot of stuff from BoxyCharm, and honestly I think I need to just cancel BoxyCharm because I'm really kind of getting overwhelmed with beauty products. But I'm not as picky as I used to be with eyeshadow primer. I used to be like Urban Decay Primer Potion or dye, so now I'm very much more open with it as long as it's like not complete trash. I'm not as picky as I used to be. This was one that I used to hate when I first got it, and then I liked it, and then I hated it again, which is kind of a weird roller coaster to go through with a makeup product. But this is from Makeup Revolution. I think it's called the Renaissance Flick eyeliner pen. So this one is actually very hard to open. Sometimes it gets stuck. There we go. Okay, this one is a felt tip one, and I really liked it at first. No, I hated it at first. I hated it because it bled everywhere, and I remember people like raving about this, saying it was so good, and then I got it and I'm like, you all betrayed me, because I hated it. It would bleed everywhere, and I think like after like letting it kind of dry out for like a month or two, I kind of picked it back up again, and I was like, hey, this isn't as bad as I remembered. And so I started using it again, and I liked it, but then I don't know, at some point I just kind of fell out of love with it again. But I did finally kind of use it up, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's some in here a little bit. Yeah, well, now it looks like brand new. What the hell? I don't know if I should keep this or not. I don't know. I'm counting it as done, but I might keep it because it actually kind of looks pretty good. So we're just gonna let that be. Okay guys, we are almost done. I have 4 more products to share with you guys, and we are done. So the next 3 are all mascaras. Again, I'm not as picky as I used to be with mascara, so I have quite a few different ones. So I of course have the, what is this, L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I really like this one. It was a knockoff of this one, which is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I really like this one as well. I like mainly the brush shape to it. It's got that like hourglass shape brush that I really love. But every time, I swear, in BoxyCharm I'll get a new mascara, so I'm pretty much never gonna buy mascara again until I cancel BoxyCharm or they stop sending mascara as often. So this was another one. I think this was from Tarte. I don't know what it's called because it rubbed off. I feel like it was like Big Ego? Is that what it says? I don't know, Big Ego, something like that. It's a hot pink one from Tarte. I'm sure they don't have that many. I like this one as well, but again, I am so not as picky, and it has that same kind of wand, that hourglass shaped wand. I'm just so not as picky with mascara anymore, that as long as the brush is decent and not one of those old school like bristle brush ones, I'm probably gonna like it unless it just absolutely sucks. But again, these are all great. I like them all. I probably wouldn't repurchase any of these just because they're so expensive, and this was a really good like drugstore alternative. But yeah, I really did like all of these. Okay, and the final product I used up was a setting spray. This one was another BoxyCharm product. This one is from a brand called Skin & Co Roma, and it's called the Truffle Therapy Aqua Illuminating, oh no, that's just the Italian. Truffle Therapy Illuminating Skin Refresh Mist in Radiant Dew. That's a really long name. The one thing I didn't like about this was the sprayer absolutely sucked. Like it would like squirt you in the eye just like that. Why? Like, oh, why did I do that? I didn't really care for this one, but I did use it up, and again, as long as it like made my skin feel like not as powdery, I'm pretty happy with it. But this had a terrible mister. I don't know how I ended up using it all because I hated the mister that much. Like I feel like I just have little dots all over my face now. Okay, so we are gonna do a count of how many products that I used up this year. Okay, I can't even hold all these. We're just gonna start counting. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 products. Okay, I am so proud of myself. This is all of the makeup products that I have used up this year. I just had the goal of doing 20, and even then I was like, dude, am I even going to be able to use up like 20 makeup products, just because I know myself and I know I like to bounce back and forth between all different kinds of things. But I really think that just sticking to it really made me like use up stuff, and I feel very excited about it because it's almost like I treat my makeup collection, like behind me, I almost kind of treat it as like a store to me now. So it's like, okay, when I use up something from my makeup bag, then I'll go shopping at my makeup store and pick one to replace it. So it's kind of silly to think about it that way, but that's kind of how I like treat my makeup collection now. I try to like not use it unless there's something I absolutely like just need to use. But if I'm looking for something like for the everyday regular use, I really want to like use it up. So I definitely think I completely killed my goal this year, and I'm so proud of myself for using up 29 makeup products. I'm very proud of myself. I feel so accomplished. I feel good because I feel like that's stuff that I spent my hard-earned money on, and I didn't let it go waste. I didn't throw it away. I didn't, you know, do whatever and waste it, and it feels very, very good, which is something that just makes me happy. So it might be a very small kind of silly thing to be excited about, but I'm very, very excited that, you know, God knows how much money is in this box right now. $600 worth of makeup right here, and I'm so glad I didn't just set it on fire. I don't know, maybe it inspires you guys to really look at your collection in a different way and really focus on using up products if you are especially a person like me that has way too much makeup. And if you are a person that has like just your bare minimum, like I have one of everything that I need and that's all I have, I commend you so much, because I wish I could be a minimalist like that, because I've spent so much of my like early teens and young 20s to like almost like, how much can I get? How much can I accrue? How much makeup can I collect? How big can I get my collection? And now I feel very suffocated by that, and having more makeup really does not make me happier. And even though I still buy makeup, I have really taken a look at everything this year and really slowed down on my own purchasing. Now, I will buy just a couple things here or there, but really, for the most part, all my new makeup is just from my BoxyCharm boxes that I get, and I'm even kind of considering quitting that as well. I'm not lying, it really is suffocating me now to like look around and saying like, okay, I've got all this stuff in my way, and it's very, I don't know, it's almost like it's weighing me down, which is very, very, weird way to think about it, but I just have so much stuff now that having all this stuff doesn't make me happy anymore, but throwing it out does not make me happy, and giving it away, if I have friends that want some stuff, then I would sure be glad to give them some, but it doesn't make me feel good to know, hey, I spent my money on that and now I'm throwing it away or giving it away or whatever it may be. For 2021, my goal is still gonna be 21 products, but I think my hard goal is gonna be more like 30 products. And I don't know, I feel like I just wanna keep challenging myself to use up stuff because I like getting the full benefit out of things that I purchased, and it feels really, really good. So yeah, I know this is kind of a long video, but it was very fulfilling for me in a very different way than just like, oh, here's a lot of new stuff I bought, you know? So it feels good to look at all this stuff and be like, wow, you know, a lot of this I really did enjoy and I would like to have in my collection again. But until I pare stuff down, I think that for me, it feels good to look at this and, you know that I made a little bit of progress in the overall scheme of kind of cutting back on what I own and not being as materialistic when it comes to makeup and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, it's just not as important to me as it used to be, you know, when I was like 15 and I'm like, I want every MAC lipstick on this earth. If I had every MAC lipstick on this earth, I don't know what I would do. It would just be way too much. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and I hope that this inspires some of you guys as well to really take a look at your makeup collection, especially if you do have a little bit larger one, or if you just want to be more minimalistic. Then I hope that this video was helpful for you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below, and until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.